Hello there and welcome to the studio. My name is Matthew Palmer and yes, we are here live with the craft store. This is exciting. So this is going to be a great little show because what we're going to do over the next 50 minutes or so is talk about some really cool products and do some watercolor painting and do some tutorials and all sorts of cool stuff. So do stick around for this show. It's going to be quite an exciting one. So looking forward to this. It's going to be a lovely hour. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do some watercolor demos. We've got everything geared up here. We've got the old watercolor paper board here ready for action. We're going to be talking about the bits and bobs in the palette over here. But because we are here with the craft store, we've got some wonderful offers lined up. And make a little note of this because we've got a discount code, which you'll probably see at the bottom of the screen in a minute or so. Craft store, no spacing, craft store. That will give you a 10% discount on everything that you buy through this hour and up until midnight tomorrow. So that's kind of the 13th into Valentine's Day, basically. So look, we'll talk about what we've got on the show first of all. So let's just take a look at some new products we've got. So we've actually got this exciting product here, which is called Matthew Palmer's Foliage collection. Now what you get here, and we're going to use this in a minute or two, what you get here is you get 4 watercolor paints in this lovely tin. You get a tube of natural brown, natural green light, natural orange. So these colors are perfect for replicating nature. So natural brown's great for the autumnal tones. It's also really good for the likes of the branches, the twigs, that kind of thing. These are the 2 natural greens. So natural green light and natural green is perfect for your summer and spring foliage. And then you've got natural orange, great for the autumn. But it also comes with the set of 3 fantastic brushes as well, which is really cool. So not only do you get the tin, the 4 paints, you get the set of fantastic brushes. Now, these would be over £60 if you were going to buy them, but if you buy them during this show or for a little bit after the show for the next couple of days, up until Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb, 2025, you're going to get 10% off, and the code is just sneaking in at the bottom of the screen. So you enter that code craft store on checkout and you will get 10% off. Now let me show you where to find them on the website. Okay, this is the website. We've got the link in the description. So very simply, all you need to do is go on to the old website, and we're going to highlight where to click if this helps. So you go to Art Shop, you come down to watercolor equipment. We have pop links for this so you can get straight to it. And then here is all the products we've got on the show, plus tons of others. There's 10% off everything across this website until sort of midnight Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb 2025. So do take advantage. Craft store is the code, no spacing. This is the foliage set. Love this. So you get your colours, you get your brushes. And this is $47.99, plus you get 10% off as well, which is really cool, and it just makes painting foliage nice and easy. Let's stop talking. Chance would be a fine thing, Mr. Palmer, and let's put some paint to paper, shall we? Yes, we're going to do some painting. So here we've got a board. It's exciting, isn't it? We've got a board, and on this board we are going to pop in. Turn it over. We've got a sheet of watercolor paper. Now it doesn't really matter how big or small you go with this paper. This particular sheet of paper is 1/8 imperial, which is around about an A5-ish kind of size, but it doesn't really matter. And then the palette, we've got the foliage collection ready squirted, if that makes sense. It's in the palette ready to go. So what we've got is the 3 brushes, the fantastic brushes, the large, medium, small. These are lovely stippling, very thick, very deep brushes, perfect for doing a little bit of tappy, stipple. And we've squirted the colours into this palette. We've squirted the colours into the palette from the tube. So we've got the 2 natural greens. This is natural green light, natural green, natural orange, natural brown. Squirted them, got the water here. And we're going to paint an autumn and we're going to paint a summer tree, and just show you how effective these colours are. Because what I need you to realise with the paints is they are designed by me simply to replicate nature. And these are the two new versions of the greens, and you can see these lovely nice quality pigments that these have. They are absolutely beautiful, just straight from the tube. They look like actual, you know, paint colours. So what I've got here is the large one of the fantastic brushes, so you get a large, medium and small in the set. You can buy all these separate. The website has everything. If you just want to go for the green or just want to go for that, you can just get anything you like. If we clean the brush really well, give it a bit of a rinse, and what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure it's clean first of all. We're going to load the brush up with a little bit of natural green on one side. So that's the light green, natural green light on one side. Beautiful colour. And then on the other side, we're going to go for the darker green. So you've basically got a bit of both. And you can see that on the camera. You can see that little bit of a two-tone kind of thing. Now over to the paper here, what we're going to do, we'll get a little bit closer in for you so we can see what we're doing here. We're going to lay the brush flat about here. Now this is the largest fan brush. And we're going to simply rock from side to side. Now instantly, it's beautiful every time. What you get, you can see the two-tone, can't you? You can see the two-tone already doing its thing. Look how the paint's reacting on the paper. That is beautiful, right? Look at that. Love it. Really effective. You can see the shadow on one side, see the light on the other. And then we'll kind of mix it all together. Give it a bit of a tap, tap, tap. So we're mixing it and we're stippling it. So you've actually got that spiky brush. Now this is why it's great for doing foliage. This is not a normal fan brush. What we use in here, folks, is something that is designed for stippling. It's a thick, bushy fan brush. Beautiful for doing this kind of work. Really, really nice. And it allows us to go in and it allows us to stipple. So you get that quick leaf effect. So that's using the two greens from the kit. We've recently refined these colours. We've made them, these are the new 2025 improved versions, if that makes sense. So we've kind of given them a little bit of spit and polish for the new year. So we've got that lovely tree already coming through. Now obviously, what's a tree without the trunk? We'll do that now. So if we give that brush a bit of a rinse. And for this, I'm just going to use a standard brush, really. I've got some brushes, what we have, and these are my favourite brushes. These are called Matthew Palmer Super Point brushes. So what you've actually got here is you've got a large, medium, small super point brush. It's a round size 20, a size 10 and a 6, but look how lovely these are. We've got a bit of an offer on these as well. Remember, there's 10% off everything. Just check out the links if you're interested in getting any of the products in the show. Now I'm going to use the smallest one of these super points, give it a bit of a rinse, and I'm going to use the green in a minute or two to put the grass on, but we're going to leap over and we're going to use some natural brown. Natural brown is where we're going to go next. So a lovely colour for branches, trunks, that kind of thing. Perfect for what we want to do here. And we can add this to the tree. Now, if we get close into the tree here, we can see the paint just starting to dry a little bit. But we're going to paint this in from the base, coming up. And we'll just sort of let that disappear in now. The paint is very thick and definite, so you can see the strength. It's almost like a, because it's a tube colour, it's quite effective, and the paint is, it's damp, but it's staying put, if that makes sense. It's actually staying where we want it to, so it allows me to get the actual tree going in with ease. Beautiful, that. So you can see the tree there shining and biting against the paper. Now, if we take some of the greens here, and then what we'll do is we'll just, let's come back a little bit with the camera. We'll just give that a little bit of a base, so you've got that nice kind of grassy area coming through, which is lovely. Now inside here, inside the tree, we can actually add some little branches and little various things. Now after this, I'm just going to use a plastic card. I've got a plastic card here, just a normal, you know, nothing too fancy. We'll cover up the name of the hotel that I pinched it from, shall we? And we're going to go in and we're going to scrape off a little bit of paint. I'm just going to scrape some paint off, basically. You could use your fingernail for this. You could use the corner of a paint tube for this if you wanted to. You could use a palette knife if you're feeling a bit posh. But basically, it just gives the impression that you've got a tree. Now, what I'd like to do, I'd like to give that a bit of a dry, if I'm honest. So over here, loitering in that side of the studio, I've actually got a hairdryer. Lean over elegantly, and we'll give it a bit of a blast with the dryer. It's a bit like watching paint dry, this. And there we go. That's how simple it was to paint a quick tree using not only these wonderful watercolors, the natural greens, the orange, the brown, it's in the foliage kit, but also using the fantastic brushes. What a brilliant thing to do. Of course, it's not just about, you know, painting a single tree. So if you was to change those colors for orange and brown, you're going to get the autumn. So it's going to be great. Now over here, with that brush that I've just used, this one is the small super point brush. Using the same color, the natural brown, what I want to do is I want to paint in a little bit of a tree. So I'm just going to bring a tree in here, just basically start at the bottom and gradually wiggle the brush, tapering it finer. So this is how simple it is to paint a winter tree. I mean, that's what we're at the minute. We're in winter mode, right? Very much so. But nice fine branches at the top. So a really simple winter tree, to be fair. Using this brush quite fine, nothing too fancy about it. But I want to turn this into more of a spring tree. So that's all well and good for a winter tree. It works, it looks okay. But I want to go a little bit more, and I want to show you how effective these brushes actually are. So if I use the same brush, nice and clean, same colour, using those natural greens, I'm mixing the two together. If you mix the two greens together, you're going to get that mid-tone of green. Give it a good old stipple, and just look how spiky the brush actually goes. Don't be afraid to really give it some wedding. That's what this brush wants. It wants you to abuse it. Look at that. Give it some oomph. Give it some real spiky properties. And then what we can do with this is we can, because obviously in a spring tree, you know, you're going to get a little bit of leaf, not a huge amount, just enough to do the job. So what we're going to do here is just going to go in. I'm going to pop in a little bit of leaf over the top like that. And that shows how effective this is at doing individual leaves of a tree. So as you get towards that autumn season as well, you can do autumn trees. I mean, that's got a silver birch tree vibe to me. But look how simple it is. And look how effective it is. And it works really, really well. I like that. That's lovely. So there you go, folks. That is what those brushes are all about. Now, the brushes aren't just obviously for painting in trees. They're good for animal fur. They're good for, you know, waterfalls. On this picture, this kingfish, I used it for getting the reflection, and the grasses, because it gives individual strokes. It's very much a technique-based brush, so good for special effects, but it just makes perfect sense for foliage. And again, you're going to get the colours and you're going to get that. And remember, if you check out and use code CRAFTSTORE, you will get 10% off everything up until midnight on Valentine's Day, the 14th of Feb 2025. Links are in the description should you be interested in checking anything out. Now, something else I'd like to talk about on this show today is something called Watercolor Magic Mask. We've got a bottle of it here. This is Magic Mask. It was Magic Mask. I just chucked it on the floor. Magic Mask is a new product, and it's a spin on masking fluid. So it's a lovely spin on masking fluid. It's turquoise in colour, so you can literally see where you stick it. It's a lovely glass bottle it comes in, and it's designed for keeping areas of your painting light and bright. Now, it also comes with a free video lesson on how to use it as well. That's included. The video is worth $6.99 on its own. Now, this is available in two options, and I'll show you how to use it in a second. So again, just jump onto the website, have a look. Basically go to the art shop, again, come down to watercolor equipment. So all the W's, watercolor.tv, And if we scroll down here, we can actually see there's two options. So for £4.99, you can buy it with the masking fluid brushes, so it comes with the brushes too, or for £3.49 you can buy it just on its own. Now it's a beautiful modern super high quality version of like a masking fluid / drawing gum, and here it was used to protect the waves of the actual boat. It does come with a free video lesson on how to take advantage of it, but because we're live on the craft store today, we're going to show you how to use it, and we'll start off by literally showing you where to stick it. Yes, Watercolor Magic Mask is a new product that's recently come out. Let me cover my eyes up and not focus on it. There you go. You can buy it on its own, or you can buy it with the masking fluid brushes, which we've got over here. There they are. So we're going to talk about that in a minute or two. Gentle shake is all you need. Now you can use this straight from bottle, or if you want to protect your brushes for giving them that little bit extra length in life, what you could do is you could get yourself a little bit of just normal household soap. This one's got a little bird on it that looks almost like a dove, and you can protect the brush by rubbing some soap, just normal bathroom soap really. Just rub it over the actual brush. It comes with these brushes as well, and a video lesson. Now what that'll do is that'll protect the bristles of the brush. The fluid is coloured so you can see it. It's turquoise coloured, and it's a lovely, nice, high quality fluid. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to put some on the watercolour paper and paint a little watercolour picture with it. So we're going to take some of this. You can see it on the brush there. Over here we've got a sheet of watercolour paper, and we're going to mask off a little bit of an old rustic fence and gate and make it look like it's covered in snow. Now the lovely thing about this, and you can see that, if I zoom in a bit closer you can see it already, you can actually see where it is. You can see where you stick it, which is, I've realised, is quite important in life to know where you stick it, right? This bottle will last you ages. So we're going to go across, and that, the soap I put on is protecting the bristles as well, which is lovely. So if we come down on these corners here, so just imagine it's a bit of snow-covered fence. The studio smells very nice. It smells of soap now, which is better than what it normally smells of, to be fair. We shan't mention what it normally smells of. Depends how busy I am. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop little bits of a couple of spots to the side of this as well. Now if you're trying to work out what I'm doing, you're not the only one. It'll grow on you. Anticipation is half the fun here. I'm going to put that on like so. So we're just going to leave a little bit here. We're going to pop a little bit coming around the edge, just here and there. Now that's had a good 3 or 4 minutes worth of painting time. And I just love the fact that you can see it. It's clear. You know, whereas a normal drawing gum or masking fluid, you can't see it very well. And it will wash off the brush with ease. It's very thick, it's very high quality, this stuff as well. And it's actually made here in sunny Derbyshire, which is good. It comes with 2 brushes. It comes with 2 brushes as well. And that, as long as the top goes on, that will last you for a long, long time. It's also heat resistant as well. Now what that means is a normal masking fluid, if you like, isn't heat resistant. So you put the hairdryer on, or you're working outside in the summer, it will bake. This has got a much higher tolerance to heat. So I could use a hairdryer with this without any trouble. But listen, while that's drying off, just for a second, let me tell you about what's coming up this weekend. So Saturday the 15th of February 2025, I'm actually teaching an online watercolour class, a workshop, a live virtual watercolour workshop. These have been running for 5 years, pretty much 5 years. As soon as we went into lockdown, I started doing these, and these are so popular. People from all corners of the world take part in these workshops, and we've taught 210 over the past 5 years of these workshops. Now the one that's coming up this Saturday is a bit of a special one. It's a bit of a Valentine's themed, and we're actually going to be painting in some snowdrops. Yes, we're going to paint a still life of snowdrops. It's going to be a lovely one. I'll put the information on the screen. £12. It's yours to keep forever. That's the great thing about these actual workshops. Here's the information. So Saturday the 15th, live virtual watercolour workshop, paint snowdrops in a spring forest in watercolours. I will teach you in super step-by-step detail how to paint a lovely still life using lots of mixed media style techniques. It is basically watercolour. All you need for that workshop, folks, is basic materials. All you need is 3 colours. You want some red. This one's natural red, but you could have crimson or cadmium red. You want some light yellow. This one's natural yellow light. Or maybe you might want to go for cadmium yellow or lemon yellow. And then you want blue. And the blue is going to be natural blue or French ultramarine or something like that, cobalt blue. And also it's useful to have some white paint as well. And brushes, you just want a couple of brushes. You want a large and a small brush, that's it. So that could be the likes of a size 10 brush, it could be the likes of a size 6 brush. So you don't want very much at all. You want very minimal materials for what we're doing, okay? Very minimal materials. So basically 2 brushes, a size 10 and a size 6, and then just 3 primary colours and a bit of white. If you've bought my Super Point brushes, or you're buying them today, those are the brushes that will be used for the workshop as well. And again, remember that you're going to get 10% off if you order through the craft store code, which is just craft store, no space in the middle. When you check out, put it in the coupon code. So that's all you need for that workshop. So very much minimal in the way of actual physical materials. And it's a really good thing to do. Now, what's important about these workshops, folks, is you do not need to be there live, because once the workshop has ended, which is around sort of 2 o'clock Saturday, that's UK time, it's yours to keep. You never lose these things. And that's what, I don't think people realise this, that basically, yes, it's done live, it's all broken down in a lovely step-by-step detail, not at this pace, because this pace is very quick and very bang, bang, bang. But these workshops are very steady, very slow, very steady. We've got about 15 spaces left for that workshop. So if you're interested, great time to book on would be now. That's the website that you go to book on, all the W's, watercolor.tv. There's one pretty much every single weekend, normally on a Sunday, but it's on a Saturday this time round. So have a little think about it. And I'll show you how you can actually book onto it should you be interested. So again, onto the old website, right at the top of the website, if we zoom in a little bit closer for you, let's get a bit closer in. You can see that countdown, see the countdown, it says in 2 days and 21 hours and 35 minutes, that's when the workshop is actually taking place. So basically, 15th of February 2025, click on the big button at the top of the screen, you'll see it on the mobile as well, that's the date of the upcoming workshop. Click on that and then you go to the page with all the information that you need to know about it. Again, a big important key point to this, folks, is it's all step by step. You get a downloadable sketch as well. It's 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock Saturday the 15th of Feb, and remember, it's yours to keep forever. All you do is revisit this page here. It's £12, but remember, you get 10% off if you are a member of Watercolor TV. But you also, because it's a special craft store thing today, you get 10% off by putting the code in craft store, no spaces, just craft store. It'll take you 10% off this if you're a Watercolor TV member as well. You're going to get the double whammy. You're going to get basically you're going to get 20% off if you order it by using that code. Saturday the 15th of February, yours to keep forever. And even once the workshop has ended, we do like an after workshop chill out. So even once the workshop is completed, we do like an optional session where you can send your pictures in and we'll look at them. You don't have to do that. I've been teaching these workshops for 5 years and every single one is available. Every single one is available on the website. If we go to the workshops page here and come down to previous live workshops, every workshop, all 210 of them are available. Here's one that we did a couple of weeks ago, which was the coastal scene, the splashing waves. Once you purchase these, you've got instant access because the same page that you purchase it from is where it appears. And what's really cool about this website is when you buy these actual workshops, what happens is that they stay with you. So they stay with you, so it like it appears. You get a new menu that says purchase workshops, and that's where they go, so they get slotted in there, which is really cool. So yeah, why not? Now's your chance. And it's just very basic materials, primary colours is all you need. That is all you need to do that actual workshop on Saturday. What we tend to find is about half the people just kind of sit and watch. The other half of the people will paint along. But then there's a big chunk of people that don't do it live, that do it afterwards, because you keep it forever. Anyway, back to this, because this is nice and dry now, this is nice and dry, this masking fluid. I could have used a heat gun with it if I wanted to, but I've left it to dry naturally. Now what I want to do now is paint in the background and paint a little bit of a miniature watercolour. We'll talk about the colours and things as we go through the actual demonstration, but I've got the Matthew Palmer Super Point brushes, really high quality brushes. Remember, you can get 10% off these as well, should you want to do that. I'll start off with the size 10. I've just got the water here. I've got some kitchen paper here as well. Paper towel, whatever you want to call it. And what I'm going to do is just wet the page. Just wet the page. So it's all nice and dry, the magic mask. I love it because you can see it. You can see it. It's so thick and easy to put on. It's a lovely thing. And for, you know, for £3 or £4, it's a no-brainer with watercolours. So it's like you put the water over the top of this. So I'm just wetting it. You always kind of start off with a bit of water in watercolours, hence the name, I suppose. Wet it first. Did you wet it first? And then if we jump over here, let's just stick to primary colours, shall we? So let's mix up a colour here. Let's go for red and blue. So again, primary colours, like we mentioned in the... all the colours are available on the website, all with that same discount. So we've got this kind of purpley colour there, beautiful colour, like a mauvey sort of purple, I suppose you could say. And then what we're going to do with that is we're going to put the water on, so a bit of a tap on tissue. I'm going to twist it. Look at that beautiful colour. Watercolour paper is so nice. We've got some great offers on watercolour paper. We do sell everything on the website, so do make sure you check it out. Everything, literally everything on the website's got the discount on today. So do make sure you enjoy that. And we'll go straight over all of this and let the paint just spread. What I want to do here is wipe the brush almost dry, just on some kitchen paper, and we'll give it a bit of a drag across the page. Beautiful. Stay with me. It'll grow on you. Trust me, I'm an artist. And then what we'll do next is we'll take some more blue. So just add more blue to this. So it's got less of a purple and more of a bit of blue on an afternoon. I'm going to bring that in, and then we'll twist that in so you get that slightly darker sky background, or whatever you want to call it. Let the paint just all mix on the paper. It'll all come out in wash. Beautiful, that. Just going to paint a little bit of a vignette kind of scene for you today. And then what we'll do here, just make sure we get plenty of colour around the back of that gate. Now, I want to change brushes in a minute. Let's put a little bit of colour down here. I want to change brushes because I want to make more of a grey from this colour. So I want to make a little bit more towards a grey. So for this, I want to put that brush down and take the smaller brush, which is a small Matthew Palmer Super Point. That's how you get the Super Points, by the way. You get them in this little kit here. Super Point brushes. And with this, we're going to add a little bit of yellow to it. Now adding yellow to that colour, it'll turn it more towards a grey. So that's all three primary colours together, which makes grey. We do sell the colour, and it's called natural grey, and it's the ready-made version of it, which is very important because natural grey is the colour of shadows. And you've only got to look around the studio at all the shadows. I mean, look at the one under the chin, under the double chin. 2 shadows under there. But look how dark it is around here, look. It's all just shadows and stuff everywhere. Let's get close into this, shall we? Let's get a bit closer. Get a bit closer in on the tissue there. We're going to put some little pine trees and things at the back here. Pine trees, yeah, we're going to put some pine trees. Misty background in this picture. Great sign of quality. This is my own brand of paper. Lovely stuff to get. Do make sure you check it out, folks. Everything's online. You know that in this modern world. I'm just using that grey that I mixed to paint in some little almost misty out of focus pine trees. So imagine it's a bit of a wintry day, whether it be frosty or snowy or whatever you think. You're in control, right? I'm literally painting some lovely trees. We'll put some snow and things on these later on. Brush the paint in, beautiful. Plenty of colour around the back. Let's get a nice tall one over this side, shall we? I love how the paper's still wet. That is a really nice sign of quality here, folks. The fact that the paper's still damp. Is it me or is it moist? The paper's still nice and damp, and it just allows you to get this misty, out of focus feel to your painting. Beautiful, that. So you can see that these two trees are slightly closer. What I want to do is soften the base of those a little bit, but just before I do that, I just want to get a little bit of darkness around the edge of the little trackway, that kind of thing. Perfect. Now, if I clean the brush in the water, give it a tap on tissue. So I've just literally got water on there. I can just give that a bit of a soften, just up the edge. Just a bit of a blend, bit of a softening. So it just nicely all blends into that background. You can see what this is doing, can't you? But this will become more prominent once we've had a little bit of chance to dry it off. So again, I'm going to shoot over here elegantly and grab the heat gun. Grab the heat gun, hair dryer. Just obviously be careful when you're near water. If you're wondering, by the way, why the audio goes off, because this microphone up there doesn't like this. It thinks it's noise. So it kind of cuts it all off, which is, you know, it's probably a good thing, really. So yeah, that's nice and dry, look. It's all nice and dry. So there we go. Now, what I want to do with this, I've had a question come through on email saying, Matthew, what paper are you using? Well, it's 100% cotton paper. It's my own brand of paper. It's my own flavour, if you like. It's my paper of choice, and we do sell it in loose packs on Watercolour TV. We also sell it in blocks. Now, a block is where it's already stuck on all four sides, so you don't have to stick it to a board or anything. You just literally just go straight in with it, which is quite nice. You can buy it in many different forms, Let me show you, folks. Let's just give that a minute to soak in and then we'll come back to it. So if we jump onto the website, again, this is the best way to showcase what we're doing here. Everything's in the art shop link as well. If you go down to Watercolour paper, there it is, Watercolour paper, you can see the different variations that we can actually purchase it from. So, the most popular one is either the pack of 5 loose sheets, which is this one here, or the pack of 15 loose sheets, because it's slightly cheaper to buy it loose rather than in a block. Only a few pounds in it, but you get it. It comes with a board. It also comes with a free video, which is like a 30-40 minute video called Getting the Best Out of Your Watercolour Paper, showing you how to handle it, the different techniques. So you can get a pack of 5 watercolour paper. The most popular one is the pack of 15 loose sheets. That's what we sell most of. So again, art shop, come down to watercolor paper, and that's where you want to go for this. So if we just quickly jump down to here, there's the pack of 15 there, look. So the 15 sheets. Remember, you're going to get 10% off. Just enter code craft store, no space, and then you're good to go. You can get it in the block as well. You can also buy it in the greetings card kits as well. Now we've got a few left of these, so you can get a pack of 5 Matthew Palmer Prestige paper greetings card kit, 100% cotton. Again, it comes with a free video lesson on how to paint and how to use the greetings cards. These are really lovely things, folks. So they come with the mounts, the paper, so all that's available. You can even get a gift card, a gift tag set as well, which is really quite a useful thing. Another great thing as well that you might possibly be interested in, I don't know, but you might be interested in this, is if you're new to painting and you just want to get a starter kit, you just want to get everything that you want, the whole canoodle, but enough to paint with. So I want paper, I want brushes, I want paints, I want a palette, and I want tuition as well. Well, we've got just a thing for you, because we do 2 special bundles that has got everything you want, all the colours, all the brushes, the paper, the palette as well, the whole whack, and that is available, guess where? And guess what you get off? 10%. Now let me show you this one. Again, there's 2 bundles available. It's a really good offer, this, because not only do you get the actual materials, but you get a year's membership, 1 year's membership to Watercolor TV included in this. Now, Watercolor TV is £49.99 per year. Thousands of members around the world. New content added all the time, high definition videos, tutorials, printable worksheets. You get unlimited access to Watercolor TV as a member, as an annual member for £49.99. You get complete access to hundreds and thousands of hours of tuition, new content added all the time. But we do have this bundle available, which gives you the membership for a year, and it gives you the materials as well, literally everything you need, paper, the whole whack. Let me show you how to find that. So what you do is you go to the art shop, you come down to watercolor equipment. So again, art shop, watercolor equipment, and then all you do is you pop into that, and then these are the 2 bundles here. So there's these are great value, because the membership's £50 on its own. So the first bundle is the Watercolor TV starter bundle, which comes complete with the 3 Super Point brushes. They retail at $29.99 UK. You get the 3 primary colours, which retail for £36 for the 3 colours. You get the palette, which is like £4 or £5. You get 5 sheets of cotton paper, but you also get 12 months full access to the membership of Watercolor TV, which normally retails at £50. The combined value of this kit is £122.81. So you're saving £36.82 by buying the special gift offer. It's a gift pack. But if you are watching this through today's live stream, enter the code craft store, you get another 10% off, which gives you £85.99. You get £8.60 off that, so it's less than 80 quid. You get a complete kit, a complete set of watercolors, palette, brushes. I mean, it really is everything you need to do the workshops, the tuition. It's a complete set. That's the starter bundle. That's the starter bundle. We've got another offer, which is the ultimate bundle, we've called it, and this is everything. This is the whole 9 yards, if you like. This is, everything you could possibly want. Again, go to art shop, come down to equipment, watercolor equipment, and then this one, this is the ultimate set. This is literally, I'm doing this, I want to do it proper. So what you get here is you get all 14 of my natural colours, the full range of all 14 colours. They retail for £96. You get the 3 super points, they're £30. You get the 3 tree brushes, they're £27. You get the palette, you get the paper, and you get the full 12-month membership to Watercolor TV. for £165.99, but remember, you do get 10% off. If you was to buy all them bits separately, it costs you £238. You're saving £72, but with the code Craft Store, you're also going to be saving another £16.60. So for less than £160, you've got the whole lot, including the membership to Watercolor TV. Now, Watercolor TV has literally thousands of lessons, new stuff added all the time. This is just a little drop in the ocean of some of the available lessons that Watercolor TV offers. It is a great place. Think of Netflix, think of Amazon Prime, think of Disney Plus for the watercolor world. Watercolor TV has been around since 2008, so very well established, and just thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of tuition on Watercolor TV. And as a Watercolor TV member, you get 10% off everything as well. So if you remember watching this today, you can use two codes. You can use your membership code and the Craft Store code. You get 20% off today, but remember, that's everything. So do check it out. Anyway, sorry, back to this. This is all nice and dry now, so we're good to go here, aren't we? This is all nice and dry. And yeah, let's just add to this. We'll get a bit closer into this. So I want to make a little scene, a little wintry scene out of this. Let's jump back over to the palette then. We're going to be using that natural brown. That's the colour that we had from the Foliage set. So we'll take some natural brown. Now what brush I'm using? I'm using the small super point brush, which is here. A little bit of a rotation through the colour. Nice pointy brush. Okay, hold this thing like a pencil. Literally rest on your page. And what we're going to do here is we're going to paint in a little bit of a rustic Derbyshire fence. How do you know it's a Derbyshire fence? I have no idea. Let me know in the comments. It's a gateway, which is a old supermarket, is it? Is it? Sure it is. It sounds like one. Gateway. Summerfield. That was one. Fine Fair. Quick save. So I'm painting this in. The magic mask is still present. It's lovely stuff, magic mask. You love it. It's really proud of this stuff, and it's something that is exclusive as well. It's exclusive to us. You can't get it anywhere else. And it's just a very high quality masking fluid. It's heat resistant, it's thick, it comes off easy, it stays on your paper a long time, it doesn't damage your brushes as much. It comes with a video. There's lots of cool things you can do with magic mask. So imagine this is an old rustic, little rustic fence. We'll put some more detail on, but using natural brown, which remember that is included in the Foliage bundle. But you can buy all these bits and bobs separately. Take advantage though, while we're cheap. Then we'll put the fence post here. Beautiful. Just going to pop a couple more of these coming down to the side. We'll sort of taper them off. Now, watercolor paper has a lovely grain, a lovely texture to it. I want to make use of that texture by wiping off some of the colour. So I've created what we call a dry brush. Now a dry brush is great for giving that little bit of surface. So if I skim around the edge of this little trackway and around the base of these little posts here, can you see how we can sort of create a lovely effect of texture? Beautiful, that. Really nice. Excellent. Okay, let's just jump back to the palette. So what I want to do is come back to that grey, which is what I used when I painted in the background trees. So we'll take a bit of that there. It's gone a little bit brown because I didn't clean my brush, but brown and blue will make grey, so you can just mix those together. I don't want much of this, but what I want to do is just to give a little bit of added detail to it, basically. Just here and there. And I just want to basically make it a bit darker. Now, I don't think you're going to see this that well on the screen, if I'm honest. If I zoom in a bit closer, you might see it better. Get close into there. What I want to do with this is put little bits of... I want little bits of, I suppose, little grasses and things, just kind of poking out the snow here. Just to sort of push the background further away. So just giving it like a little bit of a added kind of bit of grass and a bit of foliage, sneaking up the back there. And because these super points are really fine, you can see how fine that is. We could actually paint in a little bit of the old barbed wire. We're going to put some light into these a bit later. Chicken wire. Put some chicken wire on. Living life to the full. I quite enjoy these little rustic scenes. I like, you know, a little close-up still life of a vignette, and that's very similar to what we're doing this Sunday. You know, we're doing the Saturday, sorry, the workshop, Saturday the 15th, with the snowdrops on. I'll show you some examples of some pictures. I can't wait to get this fluid off in a couple of minutes. But before we do that, look at that distance. We've really captured depth. This is brilliant. This is really good. Now listen, I'm just going to jump back to the palette, and I'm going to use a colour here called Natural Violet. It's a great colour for shadows. Again, it's part of the natural range, is Natural Violet, so it's a lovely one to have. Plenty of water for this. It's a lovely colour for shadows, basically. Come back to here, bit of a tap on tissue. Where's your light coming from? What? Did you hear that? Where's your light coming from? There's a ghost in the studio. What we're going to do is put some, let's say the light's coming that way, and we'll get a little bit of a shadow just casting across in the snow. From the gate, beautiful, look at that. Low-lying shadow. What a difference. It just brings depth and shape into it all, don't it, when you do that? Yeah. In actual fact, this might sound a bit weird, but if I put some little flicks down here, sort of around there, let me put some little flicks. Sounds like a girl band that won the X Factor, Little Flicks. Let's put a few of them little flicks. You'll see where we're going with this in a minute. And then we come back to some of the brown, natural brown, beautiful colour. All designed to replicate nature, these colours, so they're really good. And then we'll drop in some blades of grass that just go up like this. And look how all of a sudden you've got that three-dimensional feel to it. Isn't it good? Love that. Let's make sure this is all nice and dark. Now that's almost ready to take away the fluid, but before we do that, we need to just let the paint dry because it'll smudge it. So I'm just going to give that a second or two. And while I'm doing that, let's recap. Let's recap what Magic Mask actually is. Let's jump over to this camera here. So Magic Mask comes with the bottle. You can buy it two ways. It's beautiful stuff. It's a brand new product that is exclusive to us here. It's manufactured here in Derbyshire, and it comes with a free video lesson as well, which is worth about £7, and that video will show you how to paint a picture and how to get the best out of this. You can buy it as a single, or you can buy it with the special masking fluid brushes, okay? And that bottle is a very thick, strong glass bottle that will last you an absolute age. It's literally £4 or £5 if you buy it with the brushes. Now, you only pay 1 P&P, so there's only one postage and packaging on this entire... So if you order a few bits, you just pay 1 P&P. You don't pay per item, just in case you're wondering. So I'll let you know. And again, remember, tuition coming up on Saturday, a chance to do a live workshop where you sit at home in your pyjamas with a cup of coffee. Saturday morning, 10 AM it starts. Watch live anytime. And you can join me. You can join me for a virtual workshop. We'll put the information on the screen right here. It's 15th of Feb. Snowdrops in a spring forest. I'm going to show you some examples of previous still lifes that we've done. Lots of really cool effects on this workshop. So we're going to be using things like cling film and salt and all sorts of really cool effects to make this painting absolutely pop. You can watch it live or at any time. It is yours to keep forever. We've got about 11 spaces left. Should anybody be interested in booking a space for this, do please jump on and get yourself booked in. You can't get much in this world for 12 quid. You can't even get a coffee these days on a motorway and a cake for 12 quid. You're not kidding. No, you're not. You're not kidding. If you live in London, you can't even get a pint of beer. Yeah. Or Dublin, or probably any city in the UK, to be fair. But anywho, that is what's coming up, and you don't even need to worry about me seeing you, because literally you can see me, but I don't see you. You can watch it. There's 3 different ways to watch. You can watch it on your phones, your computers, your laptops, your smart TVs. Yes, you can watch it on your smart telly as well. And once you've booked the workshop, it appears under the Purchase Workshops menu. Before we finish the picture for today, let me show you how you can actually book your space and have a look at some of the previous ones that we've done. So again, back to the website, then right at the top of the screen is the countdown. So in 2 days and 21 hours, we're going to be doing the workshop on the 15th of Feb. The big button at the top, click it, that takes you to the place to book. We've got about 11 spaces left, so do make sure you jump in for that. You get 10% off by entering code CraftStore, no space. You also get a further 10% off if you are a Watercolor TV member, so you get 20% off. It's a no-brainer, right? And then once you've purchased it and you log in, you get a new menu that appears under here, and it says Purchased Workshops, and it will be there with you forever. Now let me show you some of the previous ones. They're all available. Previous live watercolor workshops. This is almost dry now. We'll come back to this in a sec. Previous workshop. Click there. There's 210 to choose from. We've done such a massive variety of pictures over the past 5 years, from still lifes. I mean, here's a great example. This is a still life that we did of poppies against an old fence. All done live, all done with primary colours. Really, really cool. A recent one that we did very similar to what we're talking about is a still life, a forest still life of a toadstools, those red toadstools with the white dots on. Look at that for a picture. Look at that, it's a belter, right? So imagine that with snowdrops and an old branch, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful, folks. So yeah, do have a go at it. Primary colours, lots of cool mixed media style effects for that workshop, but watercolour with primary colours. You want red, yellow and blue paint and a couple of brushes and you're good to go. Bit of watercolour paper. Back to this then. I think it's dry enough to do what I want to do here. So I'm going to use this. See this? This, that, this is what you call a, get on with it, Palmer. Okay, time is money. This is what you call a watercolour removal tool, and you literally give it a rub. And it takes the magic mask away, and it comes off. So look at that. That is beautiful, right? You've got a wintry watercolour. Now, if I get close into this little fence here and just put a couple of finishing touches on, what we're going to do here is we're going to use the violet. Beautiful. Beautiful natural violet there on tissue. And literally just going to drop in a little bit of shadow into this snow just to calm it down a bit, because it's a bit kind of new trainer syndrome. Bright white teeth syndrome. So a little bit of a tap on there. That's lovely. That, look how nice that is. That really just, it sort of just puts a shadow on the snow and it just kind of calms it all down a bit. But it makes for a lovely little watercolour, don't it, that? Now what you could do here is we could actually just put a couple of little extra bits on just to finish off the scene here. And in actual fact, if one of the most popular colours that we have is called natural white. It's a beautiful opaque white. I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Again, all available online. Just to give a little bit of added detail to it. Don't want much of this, just a little bit to wrap things up. So we've got a little bit of white paint there. And I think I'll get close into this again just to show you. I'm just going to pop a little bit of white, just on those little railings there, just to say it's got a bit of interest. Just a bit of snow that's just kind of gathered in places. And it just helps to give an added, I think it just gives a finishing touch. Now this is a lovely opaque white, what we're using here. This is called natural white. And it's lovely because it gives a lovely effect of that little bit of extra snow. And you can even just put a few little bits of, I suppose, falling snow just coming around here just to give it a bit of a added little effect. And there we go, we have a lovely finished watercolour. Let's come back with the camera. That's made a lovely little picture, right? Look at that beautiful little vignette. That'd look really nice on those watercolour greeting cards that we spoke about, which are these things. These come with mounts and all kind of ready to go. I mean, that should probably fit in there quite nice, I would have thought, if I was to, yeah, look at that, see, perfect. Nice little Christmassy kind of greetings card and a picture. So there we go, folks. That's made a lovely little thing, and I hope you have enjoyed watching today's watercolour show in association with the craft store. Big shout out to Hayley and all the team at the craft store for putting this together and bringing it back. So I look forward to seeing you again very soon, folks. In fact, the next time I'll see you live will be this Sunday, Saturday the 15th, folks. Do make sure you book into that workshop. Do make sure you take advantage of that code. It expires midnight on Valentine's UK, so that's the 14th. You get 10% off everything across the store. You've got the membership to enjoy on Watercolor TV. You've got the products, the bundles, the lovely foliage kit, even my books. All my books have got 10% off as well today. But listen, thank you for watching. I will see you very soon, and I'll leave you with a sneaky little advert for this Saturday's workshop, Snowdrops. Bye for now.